Ito Rudolph here. I'm a physiotherapist by profession and also an entrepreneur with some added skills like bag making, which I'm about teaching you. This lovely bag was made by me, and I'm going to do exactly what is here right now. Is a bag made without machine, just with the hands and some other equipment here, which I'm about introducing to you. This other one is also made by me, but though with a little of machine work. You can see there's a zip here, and this has to be done with a machine. You can't use your hand to fix this. So, and you can see some sewing too at the edges. This is just a little of machine work here. It's also handmade bag. The materials needed to make this lovely bag include your carry board. It comes in different thickness depending on what you want to use it for. Like this one now is about 1.5 mm. Then you need your lining, which could be gotten from any tailoring shop or even the shop where they sell things for bag making. You can get your lining. Depending on the bag you want to make, the color varies. Also the material itself, the leather material you're going to be using for the bag, just like this. So this is a black leather material, but you can get some other color, some other type, depending on what you want to do. ANKARA too could be used. You need your tape measurements to measure, because you have to do a lot of measurements when doing the bag. To make it accurate, you have to take a lot of measurements. You need your gum, very important, because this is what is going to hold the bag together without the machine. This is top bond. Top bond is the best for bag making. So you need your brush, you need an hammer to fix some things together, like this. The magnet, this is called the magnet and hook. So you need hammer for that to fix things together. Use the magnet hook. You need your chain that will serve as the handle of the bag. You can also use your leather material for handle. So you can buy an already made chain like this, or handle some other type. You need your ruler to rule, and the marker to put some mark on the carry board. Then your finishing glue to make the bag neater at the edges when you are done with the bag. Then you need a logo like this. You can affix a logo to make it look more beautiful and more attractive. This logo comes in different types, different shape, so anything you want to use, because you need an hammer to make some other things firm. Then finally you need a scissors to cut your bag into shape. Okay, we are going to start with the measurement of the carry board. I said earlier that I'm going to be making exactly this bag, so I'm going to take the measurement exactly the way it is, but the measurement varies depending on how big or how large you want your bag, or how small you want your bag to be. But for this particular size of bag, I'm going to be taking 11 by 25 inches. 11, the length and the breadth. 11 by 25 inches. So use your tape measure now. Make sure you are very, very careful when measuring, so that it will be accurate. Don't go beyond the borders. So this is 11 inch. You mark it. Take it from there now. Get your 25 inch. By 25 inches, so you can be measuring from side to side so that it will be accurate. After taking your measurements, you roll down with a straight ruler. Then we are going to be dividing this bag into 3 places. You can see it's like an envelope, the way it is. So you divide it into both sides, 2 sides, and the cover. So this is one side, this is the second side, and this is the cover. Like you have like an envelope. So that's what you are going to be doing. To measure this, you are going to take 8.5. Then the cover should be like 8 inches. You use inches, not the centimeters. No, the tape have 2 sizes, inches and centimeters. So we are dealing with the inches. So now we are going to be taking 8.5. So if you add 8.5, 8.5, and 8, you are going to have the 25 we had in total. Start marking, make sure you rule. Then for the second side again, you are taking 8.5 again. And this last one should be about 8 inches. Almost 8, because of the ruling, which should serve as the cover. So these are for the side. You can mark this, the side, and then the cover. We are going to cut this out and measure another one for the lining. What you are measuring now is for the material, like what you have here. So you are going to be measuring 2 of this, one for lining and one for the material. So what we just finished now is for the material, like this. So you are still going to have another measurement for the lining, just as we have here. now we measure for the material. We have to cut this out. For the lining rather. Please endeavor not to cut what you measured in the middle. You're only cutting out the edges. So you keep that aside and now measure for the lining. Then for the lining, you have to reduce half inch. You have to reduce half inch from each of those measurements I made earlier so that it can fit in. If they are of the same length, you see that the lining will be coming out of the bag. The lining is supposed to be inside, so you have to reduce half inch. Take that, note that. So now instead of, we had 11 inch here, instead of 11 now, it's now going to be 10.5 for the lining. It's going to be 10.5. Then instead of the 8 inches we measured inside, we now reduce it to, we measured 8.5 rather. So we are now going to be reducing it to 8, and 7.5. So we are reducing half inch from everything we are going to be measuring, so that it can fit into the bag. So this will be 10.5. This one should be about 23 inch now. About 23 inches. You are still on the measurement. Remember, you are reducing half inch from every of the partitions. Roll straight down just as you did for the one for the material. So for the sides, it's going to be 8 inches now instead of 8.5. This is going to be 8 inches. That's for the first side. Take the second side now. Same 8 inches. So this is the side now for the lining, the 2 sides and the cover. So you have to indicate on each of those carry board. You can indicate anywhere. This is lining and this is for material, so that you won't make mistake. We use M for material and L for lining. Then before you apply your gum, or before you apply the material and the lining, you have to fold this carry board the way it is, the way the bag is going to look like. So you fold it. This other smoothing part will be where you are going to be applying the lining. And this is for the lining now, don't forget. So you fold it inside, inward, following your line. You can use your ruler so that it could be accurate. The way you want the bag to be like. So this is it. It has to be folded like this before applying your lining or material. Without folding it, you are going to make mistake. So you can see. You do same for the one of the material. The material is going to be outwards. It's going to be outwards. So you're not going to fold the material the way you folded the lining. See, the lining was folded inward because the lining is going to be here. So now the material is going to be here. So you fold it this other way. So as you can see, this is for the material now. Now we are going to be applying the lining on the carry board, the one for the lining now. So you apply the gum evenly on the carry board. Okay, I finished applying the gum here, so you keep it to dry and apply on the other one, the one for the material now. So you're applying it here. Make sure it's even too. So I'm done applying gum for the one of the material. So I'm going to pick this one now. It's dry. I'm going to be applying a liner on it. Make sure you smoothen it out very well. So make sure you smoothen it very well. After doing that, you can see, you can now turn it and cut. Make sure you have about 2 inches or 1.5 inches left, so that you can cover it. So you apply gum again for this, so you can cover the other edge inside. And fold it in now. smoothen it too. You can see that I didn't allow this gum to dry before putting them. The reason is that so that it won't stain like this now. It's staining the material. But this other part that the gum was dried, it didn't stain. So endeavor to make your gum dry before applying your material to avoid stains. This is ready now. The lining is ready. So we are now going for the material. Just like we did for the lining. You smoothen it out very well and turn it. Then you cut out just as you did for the lining. So we finish folding in now. You can see the material. This is how your bag is going to look like. We are going to cut material for the sides now. But before then, we have to apply the magnetic hook on both the on both the lining and the material. Before gumming them together. So you can see. From here, and see this hook. This other part of the hook will be on the lining, while the other part will be on the material. So we have to affix all of this before joining them together. To make it accurate, you have to take measurements for that. You can take 1.5 inches. Then mark. This way should be about 1 inch. Yes. Do that for both sides, 1.5 inches. (1.5 to 1 inch). I have to drill a hole first before fixing it. See, then there's a clip for it. Fix the clip. Then use your hammer so that it could be firm. Do the same thing for the second side. Also drill. Use the hook first to make a mark before drilling the hole. Remember to clip it together. And use your hammer. the same thing here for the other part. So you have to put this so that you can get the accurate place. Push it down to make a mark. You can see the marks now. You drill the hole and fix it. Endeavor to drill 2 holes. When you make the mark, so you can see it has 2 mouths. So you drill 2 holes before fixing it together. Remember your hooks or the pins. So once you have fixed the handle now, as I told you earlier, you can use the material to make this handle also. You don't want to get a ready-made handle like this. So I'm going to cut out of the material to fix where we are going to attach the handle. I'm going to cut part of the material. This is what I'm about fixing now, this place where the handles will be fixed. So I already cut, there's no specific measurements. You can just use your discretion to cut this. This is going to be attached to the lining, not the material. Make sure it's on the lining. And it's going to be on the side which is close to the cover. You know you have 2 sides. The one close to the cover, that is where this is going to be attached to. Here. So the already cut piece, we fold it into 2, the way it is now. You can take a measurement just to make it accurate. And take like 1 inch and make it 1 inch. From both sides. After drilling your hole, you affix this pin. This will go underneath. Then remember your piece. Clip it together. Make sure you hear the sound like that. Then use your hammer to beat it up. Do the same thing to the other side. You drill the hole very well so that your pin can go into it. So the longer one goes underneath it. Clip it till you get a sound. Hammer and beat it. So you can fix the handle now. I want to affix the logo now, just like this, just like this one, but this logo could be affixed anywhere. We want to affix it here, here, on top, anywhere we want to affix it. So just as this bag is now, I affix my hair. Just take the center point. You can use your discretion to do that, or you can measure so that it will be on the middle. So it's going to be affixed here on the center. Use it to make a mark first before drilling the hole. Make a mark on the bag, the material, then you drill the hole. So it's firmly fixed now, as you can see. So this is the logo. We are about taking the measurements for the sides now. The side is going to be affixed to the lining, not to the material. It's not going to be on the material, it's going to be on the lining. So now you remember we took 8 inches from both sides. So you are going to measure 2 extra inches for that, making it 10. Reason being that you are going to be fixing it inside. We'll tuck it in, so there won't be any mistake. You are going to be measuring 10 inches now instead of 8 for the sides. For the top now, just like this one, for a purse bag, it doesn't have any specific measurements for a purse like this. Like this, I use 3.5. You can use 5 because you are going to fold it in, depending on how you want the opening to be. So you can use 5 inches, but it shouldn't be more than 5. So we are going to be using 3.5, just like this one. Since we are using 3.5, I'm going to be measuring 5 by 10. Since I'll be tucking it in, I will not use exactly 3.5. If I want to cut out exactly 3.5, that means I will shorten the measurement here. So we measure 5 by 10. By 20. We will double it since we are going to be folding it. You can see it's the same material that is inside. The same material that is inside that is outside. So you double it, make it 10, 20 now. So that you fold it into 2. Five by 20. You roll it and cut out. Trace out your measurements, then you cut it out. To save time, you can trace out or you take the same measurements, but to save time, just trace it out just place it on the material and trace out for the second side. Fold it into two. So the other side is the outer part, while the other side will be inside. We are going to gum it together. So you apply gum at the edges. So it can stay in place. To dry a bit. So you are gumming it together now. One side is inside, the inside, while the other side will be the outer parts of the bag. Do the same thing for the second side. Both sides now. As I said earlier, that the sides will be attached to the lining. Remember, to the sides, not this part, not this way. This is the cover. It's going to be here, just as it is on the other bag. Apply your gum. Each sides of the bag, lining. Make sure it's not applied inside. It's going to be on the outer parts. Also apply gum on the side. I'm not applying gum here because this is going to be the top of the bag. Just like this. Do same for the other one. Now going to fix the side. Make sure that the top is on the same line with the lining. I said earlier that it's going to be 3.5. So you are going to measure your 3.5 before joining it to the other side. So the measurement, you start from where the lining is. Take your 3.5. Measure it to be sure. cut out some of the material so that it won't be so bogus. Yeah. Cutting. So you strap them together. You can see. Do the same thing to the other side. Remember to take your 3.5. Remember, it's from the lining. You can see, finish fixing the sides together. The two sides are in place now. So we are almost done with our bag. We are going to be gumming it together now. But before then, you apply gum evenly on both the material and on the lining. Make sure you apply it generously so that the bag can stay in place. You also apply on the lining parts. Apply generously. So we are going to be fixing the bag now together to make it form a real bag. Have to be very careful here. Press it down so that the gums can stick to each other. So you press it together so that the gum can stick to each other very well. Wow, a beautiful bag is ready. As you can see, bag making is very, very lucrative. You can make a whole lot of money from this. You know, you don't have to wait for those white collar jobs that is not forthcoming. You can stay on your own and make beautiful bags like this. If you want to learn more on this, please visit the contact on your screen. You can call us, you can mail us, and we are here to guide you. Thank you very much. Bye.